Since early Australian society, sport has had a major impact in creating and shaping the identity of the nation.
Fathers with sons, mothers with daughters, friends with friends, and every man and his dog has some form of relationship with sport in Australia.
There have been many sporting events and legends that are now ingrained and entwined into Australian folklore.
These sporting moments have helped change perception on many social issues such as sexism, racism, and bullying. Let's have a look at some of the game changers that have forged a greater Australian identity.
Cathy Freeman was an Indigenous Australian woman who carved her name into the hearts of the Australian people through athletics. After lighting the Olympic torch at the opening ceremony, Cathy went on to win the women's 400 metres with the support and hopes of a whole nation on her shoulders.
Cathy fearlessly promoted Aboriginal culture and brought Indigenous and white Australians forever closer. She celebrated with both the Australian and Aboriginal flag, capitalising on her sporting success to create awareness on issues such as diversity and racism within our country. Well done, Cathy.
On you, Cathy.
She's done well.
Here we go. The race has begun. Australia's Stephen Bradbury well behind. Hometown hero Apollo Ono in the lead, followed closely by Torquette of Canada.
Stephen Bradbury doesn't look like he'll win it today, but he's done well to make the final. What a valiant effort. Wait a minute.
Hold on. They've all fallen over.
Stephen Bradbury.
That's gold for Australia.
Another prominent sporting figure is Stephen Bradbury, an ice skater who defied all logic and odds to become Australia's first ever Winter Olympic gold medalist.
Stephen Bradbury influenced the Australian community by promoting our great values and beliefs of never giving up. He was another sportsman who worked himself into the Australian folklore through sport.
In 1993, an AFL game between St Kilda and Collingwood was covered in controversy after St Kilda player Nicky Winmer received ongoing racism all game. He received comments such as "go sniff some petrol" and "go walkabouts where you came from" the Collingwood crowd and took action into his own hands.
Nicky Winmer famously stood up to the Collingwood fans by lifting his shirt and pointing to the colour of his skin. By this one gesture, Winmer inspired an entire nation to change the way we looked at racism, all without a single word being spoken.
Australians have always rallied together when mourning the loss of our favourite sporting sons and daughters. Australian communities are always brought closer together as we as a nation mourn the loss of our greats, such as Fuel Hughes and Peter Brock.
Death and tragedy have always created a sense of belonging and togetherness within Australian culture. Australia's close relationship with sport is one of great significance.
As you can see, the emotion and passion that comes with sporting success or tragedies has been the backbone of Australian identity.
Australia commonly refers to itself as a sporting nation and prides itself on our sporting achievements. It is very easy to understand why Australia's identity has been forged on the back of sports people and defence. Thank you.